Spring is coming in the forest, full of promises. In addition to the deer, considered as kings of this territory, there are many other animals which in the glades, lakes, and surrounding fields are going to live over the next few months the most intense moments of the year. Among the busiest are the Eurasian penduline tits, which are very gifted architects. This pair has been working relentlessly for the last 10 days. Organic wool, downy seeds, fibers, all these materials will be intricately woven to make an elongated purse, about 15 centimeters long. Once the external walls are quite solid, the female decorates the inside. She wants to make a cozy nest for her eggs. The family of passerine birds numbers so many great builders. This long-tailed tit is yet another example. Grand is its talent, but not its size. It's one of the smallest birds, hardly weighing 10 grams. The long-tailed tit always wedges its nest in the forking branches of a bush, woven mosses and lichens on the outside with feather lining on the inside. The tit even adds some bark and cobwebs to the outside of the nest for perfect camouflage. The forest is also home to small lakes, which in the springtime are used as dance floors or circus rings. Before they build their nest, water-dwelling birds make great declarations of love or war. The Eurasian coot would rather live in groups, but living in groups means conflict. Once paired, they vigorously defend their territory. These two lovers seem eager to get back to their chosen nest, which first of all is used as a bridal suite. After mating, they continue to busy themselves. Coots don't need to leave the lake to collect suitable materials. They can find all the twigs they need for their nests in the reeds. As for food, coots dive to the bottom of the lake to get their favorite plants. The little grebe also dives deep into the lake. They, on the other hand, only favor insect larvae and mollusks. During the mating season, territorial conflicts make grebes somewhat aggressive. Here come the kings of courtship display, the mallard ducks. All year round, the females wear their dull speckled dress, whereas at this time of the year, the drakes adorn their silky green hoods for seduction. Females actually incite the drakes to show off. That way they can size them up, compare their courtship displays, and select the winner, the one supposed to be the best genitor. Apparently, these two males believe they've been chosen by the same female. But in fact, she wants neither of them for now. This female has made her choice, and now it's time for sweet talk. These head jerks are the sign of imminent mating. The female is about to fall for him. Immediately after the business is done, the male retreats, and the female starts the ritual bathing that follows mating. Now he's off looking for other conquests, while his ex is going to build the nest. Mallards perform complex aquatic courtship games, but not far away, over a moor on the edge of the forest, northern harriers perform an exquisite air ballet with incredible prowess. One such male has just come back from hunting and invites his partner to come and pick up his offering. The female will keep this mouse in reserve. She will need proteins to last during the egg-laying and incubation period. After hiding her present in a safe place, she quickly goes back to her high-flying seducer, who already has another gift for her. That's it. This pair of buzzards have sealed their union with the most elegant of rituals. In the spring, all the male creatures in this forest are busy with their courtship displays, all except the deer. Under the tall trees, they're laboriously preparing the outfit they will need for the rut. Only the males of the species wear the famous antlers, which grow and fall every year. The antlers grow for 4 months. In the first weeks, the antlers are still rounded and covered with a velvety skin. The skin comes off in mid-July, unveiling a pair of antlers, which can be impressive depending on the age of the deer. Younger males lose their antlers between March and April. Older males have already lost them in February. So in the spring, one may see a herd of males who are all at different stages. It also happens that both antlers don't fall at the same time, so some stags, as seen here, end up with an asymmetric headdress. When there are no more antlers for a head-to-head fight, a new way of fighting is used. Although the rutting season is still far away, tensions are already running high in the herds. By the time July comes, this group of excitable males will produce some of the most handsome heads, the irresistible seducers. And the rut shall start. March. Close to the forest, the March jacks are going mad chasing Jills. In other words, the male hares are pursuing females on heat. It's a game, a test. A collective test. Hares are usually solitary animals, except during the mating season when they gather in the crop fields to dash and fool around. Have these two males lost track of the bride-to-be? Everybody knows that if you run after two hares, you will catch neither. But nothing forbids two jacks from running after a single female. It's actually usual practice, 2 males or more. It's now time to decide on the winner. A little boxing is required. These fights can also involve the winning jack and the conquered female, as we see here. It's her last act of opposition. Once she's given in, the union will be consummated in 30 seconds in this immense verdant bed. The game may resume with other contenders. Just after mating, the Jill can be at it again with a second partner and be impregnated by 2 different males. Forest areas are nearly always home to several lakes. That's exactly what the great crested grebes need for their spectacular courtship ballet. This is just the start of an elaborate choreography played out in several stages, requiring a lot of energy. The second act of the ballet is about to start. The next phase takes place behind the stage curtain. It's no longer time for acting, but for building. The couple has now made this interlacing of weeds and twigs its residence. A floating nest for the chicks-to-be, conceived right now in front of us. On the lakes, as in the plains and in the heart of the forest, spring revives passions and brings everything to life. This female deer or hind is about to experience the most important moment of the season. She has isolated herself from the herd to give birth to her fawn. She's been carrying her baby for 8 months, but it's only when the labor pain becomes unbearable that she lies down. Lying down, standing up, the hind can't keep still. It won't be long before she delivers. The birth takes place behind closed curtains, sheltered from view. First of all, the hind eats the placenta, as its smell might attract predators. Also, it contains essential vitamins after such an ordeal. In the next few minutes, she bonds with her baby fawn, cleaning it, learning its scent, encouraging it to stand up and suckle. While its mother ventures out to feed, the fawn must quietly await her return, completely hidden. Its spotted coat provides perfect camouflage against the undergrowth. In 10 days' time, this baby male and his mother will come out of hiding and reunite with the rest of the family. That is, last year's fawn, which had been driven away by the hind before the birth. The fawn will be nursed with very nourishing milk for 6 to 8 months. Within 8 weeks, his Bambi spots will be gone. At 2, he will no longer be called a fawn, but a daguet, and will be forced to leave his family and integrate with a small group of young males. In the meantime, mother and baby will now reintegrate with the herd. Their special time on their own has ended. End of May. It's been 6 weeks since the crested grebes had their elaborate display on the lake. They spent 28 days incubating the eggs in turn, and their patience has been rewarded with 3 chicks, which are hiding at the moment. Is it the male on the nest or is it the female? Hard to say. Both look so much alike. It doesn't matter anyway. Both male and female also take turns in feeding. Before the first fish are given to the baby grebes, the adult prepares their throats for swallowing. The parent plucks one of its down feathers and gives it to the chick to swallow. Now they're ready for their first meal, and they can't wait. This fish is too large for such small novice bills. The fourth egg has not yet hatched and is probably not viable. There's no point trying to incubate it any longer. It's better to save any energy for the first 3. The other parent has taken them for their first outing on the lake. This first test swim toughens up the chicks. The parents are in no hurry to end it. The female mallard has been waiting for this moment for 4 weeks. 4 weeks of solitary confinement to incubate the eggs. Curiously, she chose the most secret place she could find in the middle of the forest. The brood is a success. 12 ducklings full of life. Once they're dry, she'll lead them to the nearest river. Why this outing? To find a place where the ducklings can feed for themselves. At last, they've found calmer waters where they can eat to their heart's content. Water fleas, insects, small shellfish, tiny plants. This first meal is quite varied. While the ducklings are busy eating, the female takes the opportunity to clean herself and shake off parasites. This leaves them perplexed and somewhat alarmed to see her splash about like this. In 9 to 10 weeks, the ducklings will have the same plumage as their mother and will be completely independent. It's now mid-June, and everywhere in the undergrowth and reeds, brooding is over. The eggs are hatched, and the chicks are chirping for food, and the parents are toiling to bring food to them. Insects are on the menu for the small Eurasian reed warbler. Three voracious beaks are begging to be fed in the whitethroat's nest. Despite their current look, the little goldfinches will be as elegant as their parents when they've been thoroughly fed with seeds and insects. The same gluttony can be seen in the finch's nest. And in the red-backed shrike nest. Will the young blackbird screeching the loudest be served first? Yes, it is, because it demonstrates vigor, and the adult tends to favor its strongest offspring. Baby tits prefer to remain hidden until the last moment. The great spotted woodpecker does not have to fly far to find insects. It just probes the tree trunks with the tip of its sticky tongue. For all these birds, whether insectivores or granivores, spring is the season when they exert themselves feeding their offspring. It's a very different story for mammals. For example, the wild boars quickly learn as youngsters to find their own food in the richest clearings of the forest. That's a very easy task when equipped with a snout, as effective as radar, to detect acorns and edible roots. It only took a dozen days for the baby boars to be partially weaned off and to join the rest of the sows, the females, and other youngsters. Around May or June, the boar's coat begins to molt for a lighter summer fleece. Piglets gain this uniformly dark gray-colored coat around the age of 1, after molting their intermediary red coat. For the moment, the piglets, a little over a month old, keep their effective camouflage. In good years, the sows have 2 litters per year. At a rate of 6 to 7 piglets per litter, a group can quickly double its size. There is a golden rule that piglets must learn quickly. When their mother signals danger, they should squat or follow without delay. The males are solitary. They don't live in groups except during the mating season. The groups are only made up of mothers, their babies, and young males from last year's litter. The deer is not really a threat for wild boars, but he does inspire respect, particularly in midsummer when he wears his impressive headdress. We are now in mid-July. The males we saw without antlers in the spring have grown their full-size antlers again. The skin, known as velvet, still covers the antlers and ensures intense growth activity. Now that every member of the herd has partially regained their panache, their hierarchies are established. In late July, the deer's antlers will finally be renewed. The loss of their velvet coverings will reveal this supreme weapon of intimidation. The skin on the antlers is drying out. After serving its purpose, the deer tries to get rid of it. This is the most unattractive phase in this strange metamorphosis. The molting season is over for this deer, and he looks magnificent again. The same cannot be said of his companions. Now Now that his crown is in place, preparation for the rut continues in his body. His hormones are at work and will reach their peak with the rut fever in a few weeks' time. It's July, a pond within a large clearing. They were the first to arrive in this symphony of green. They are barely distinguishable from the background. However, for the last 2 or 3 days, their chorus has been heard everywhere. These tireless singers are European green frogs, also known as edible frogs. The males are searching for a mating partner. The females begin to approach. The chorus of croaking calls occurs mainly at dusk or at night, as does the chase. These strange membranes, which look like inflated bubblegum, are vocal sacs. The males can inflate and deflate them by pushing air in and out of their abdomens. This produces the calls. Eventually, females respond to the call. Their embrace places the sex cells of both partners in contact with each other. This is just one of the many different ways to mate. In other amphibian species, eggs and sperm are released in the water for a chance meeting. Normally, females release 800 to 900 eggs. It's the minimum number to ensure the survival of the species when no mating takes place. In April, 3 months ago, this roe deer selected a territory on the edge of the forest, some dozens of hectares in size. Today, he carefully marks it by leaving his scent on anything and everything as a warning, "This is my territory." A female wanders into his territory, obviously interested by the scent left on the corn stalks. The female is only receptive for 48 hours, so no time to waste. Roe deer have a strange habit. During the courting ritual, they walk in a shape of a figure of 8, which is called a roe ring. The male deer is polygamous, but discreet about it. He only chases one female at a time and leaves her when she is no longer on heat. He will then wait for another female to cross his territory and will start courting again, as graceful as ever. Roe deer have a very convenient ability that ensures successful reproduction. Although the females mate in July, gestation is delayed until December. This ensures the fawn is born in spring when food is abundant. These chases in the fields are among the rare moments when males and females are together. The rest of the time, the female is alone with her fawns or in groups with other females and their youngsters. As for males, they each have separate territories that might overlap. If two males happen to compete for the same area during the rutting season, chasing, intimidation, and sparring is sufficient to resolve the issue. This is no big drama with the roe compared with other types of deer. Between these two passing lovers, the mating ritual reaches its climax. The male immediately dashes off in search of other conquests. As for the female, the mating season is now over. September. The great moment is finally here for the deer. The hoarse calls of males reveal tensions in the herd. These rivalries will soon result in confrontations. This large 14-point stag has already been ruling this herd in the rutting area for 2 years, and he intends to maintain his reign. However, 2 other males aspire to his throne, and he will have to chase them off. Fearing for his hinds, the dominant stag reaffirms its rights against the 2 seducers who want to oust him. And between his 2 defiant cries, he inspects his herd, just in case one of his ladies might be on heat. From dusk to dawn, and even during the day, this scene is repeated again and again without a break. The master of ceremonies has gone to inspect the backstage. The dominant stag is careful enough not to leave his hinds alone for too long. Whether they have a fawn or not, they are only receptive for 2 days. The male announces his intentions by depositing scent. Likewise, females show they are available by emitting a particular scent secreted by their anal glands. Hence the eagerness of the stag to smell them. The two rivals which wanted to challenge the dominant stag end up fighting each other. The stress was probably too much. Look at me, I'm so handsome and powerful. That is the message the dominant stag wants to communicate, because such a male is supposed to be a good genitor, a strong male who can only father strong offspring. A young male takes advantage of his inattention to try and approach an irresistible hind. Yet another unexpected turn of events. Two new challengers arrive. Once again, the leader has defended his position. He then marks his territory to reaffirm his indisputable right to breed with all the females under his control. This is the purpose of his sparring. Calm has finally returned. The dominant male is able to serve his females in peace. The dominant stags and contenders come to the end of this challenging season. Exhausted by the rutting, they have lost a quarter of their weight. Some have won the right to breed, but many have made great efforts for nothing. After months of turmoil, after the last cries, all the wildlife in the woods and surrounding areas rediscover the tranquility and reserve which winter will bring. For now, it's autumn, which slowly claims its rights over the forest.